Hey, what is up? Welcome back, Design Squad. Welcome to another video on UX portfolios. And we're gonna continue on, getting started and let's say picking a platform, because a lot of you have asked me from before, hey, which platform should I choose? And it doesn't matter that they already have a video on saying, hey, you maybe should just choose PDF, maybe you should just choose WordPress sites, maybe you should choose a pre-made community site like Dribble, let's say Behance and so forth. But still, people are thinking, what is the easiest and kind of like an entry-level platform they could choose, which is actually, it's almost like an out of the box for them to get started. The real challenge is coming up with a good enough story and supporting that with a material which tells the best story and represents you best for the job. You need to kind of know exactly what you're applying for to showcase your capability best. But if you know that already, well, now you can actually go and pick the easy to use platform. And today I'm going to share with you 10 different platforms. And so the very first one is Carbonmade. It's very easy to start online portfolio site. And recently we had a facelift, and so you can check if this is right for you. Like how I usually go to understand if this is right platform for me, for example, check the showcases, check for designers who, let's say, are similar to you, and if a platform is flexible enough. But if I dig deeper, I can see that he's displaying screens, whatever he can actually showcase about that case. Maybe there's some wireframe work and things of that nature. Quite similar, it's just a dark theme and it's all imagery based mostly. So I guess this portfolio platform started as more of a visual showcase platform, but that's okay. You can always reuse. You can imagine exactly how your portfolio could look like, and to be entirely honest, you don't really need anything else, but should be sufficient. Now next is Cargo. I think it used to be called Cargo Collective. Back in the day when I just started with multimedia design and communication, I used to do a lot of tinkering and DIY with digital design, web development, app building, stuff of that. I used Cargo as my go-to site before I actually made my own. And Cargo has a lot of templates. You can immediately preview what it is. All you need to do is then replace the visuals, let's say, and tell a better story. You could go very creative, let's say, which I always encourage, or you could go a bit more standard. The only thing about Cargo is that it's mainly for graphic design and web design, creative stuff, artsy stuff, photography, things of that nature. If that doesn't bother you, that community is more artsy, let's say, it could be a good place to start. Now next is Behance, and I have a lot of friends who have portfolios on Behance. And Behance used to be very graphic design and photography oriented. With Adobe acquisition and becoming an Adobe product, it obviously expanded to, let's say, XD. As you can see, its own category, experience design. What I found a bit restricting with Adobe, and again, I'm not a fan of Adobe, I'm gonna be very upfront. For some people it works well, for others not so much. An example portfolio could look like something like this, where you have a sidebar, you have some works. Let's see, this is very product design. It's very UI oriented and look and feel oriented, not research. But you can imagine that they give you the freedom to define this scrollable, endless item. The best bit about Behance that it's free with limited capability, of course, of Creative Cloud. If you have already, then it's a built-in app you can use. What I again recommend you to do is, if you want to go Behance route and you're in Adobe family, just look for UX portfolio. Simply type UX, for example, that one, a case. You can immediately see if this case is something you want your portfolio to look like and represent it like. Again, very heavy in UI. It's very rare to see UX researcher portfolios here and anywhere else really, because usually researchers are very words driven, theme driven. And it's very rare to see research plans. As you can see, this is, for example, is more what was the research outcomes. You can define what you want to place it, and you could do it on any case as long as you have a material and content. Now the next three choices for platforms are the ones where you can build your own portfolio on, let's say, your own means. You're not part of a community. You could be, depending exactly where you create and how you create it, but these are basically the so-called website makers. You could make an e-commerce website, a portfolio, a landing page, you name it. The examples are Wix.com, WordPress, .com, or .org. It depends exactly how you want to use it. and then Squarespace. You know, it's the typical suspects. Like what I like to do is, again, look through your favorite, let's say, designers, researchers, product designers, exactly which of the portfolio sites they use. And if you want to achieve something like that, you can use exactly the same. All of them go for the very similar amount of money. What I like about WordPress.com or .org, it depends exactly how you want to use it. .com is hosted thing. You join a swarm of basically cloud-based blogs or so, for a lack of a better term, and org is basically something you can download and install on your own hosting, include your own domain, you know, make it look like it's not part of, let's say, a suite. So it's really up to you. For example, myself, my portfolio, vaexperience.com and blog.vaexperience.com is based on WordPress.org. It's because I'm a technical person. I know how to engineer, let's say, PHP, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, do it myself and create my own custom themes. Let's say if I would have a minimum knowledge, I just would pick one and just go ahead with it. Now, the next one is called Semplice, and Semplice is basically a creative portfolio site for, let's say, UX designers, illustrators, graphic designers, photographers, you name it. It's very similar to Carbonmade. It's based off of WordPress.org. So let's say if you're using WordPress, it could be a step up for you to go up. It's built on top of what specific specialties would need. Let's say here, Semplice for UX designers, you can immediately tell what you could achieve, provides you with widgets, and what you see is what you get editor to make it fancy, basically. So as long as your content is top notch and you have a good research case, you have a good ideation case, maybe process photos, things of that nature, you can then include it and showcase it. And if I pick, let's say, user experience, I'm gonna get a few cases, a few different portfolios. If I just pick very random one, let's say Liz here, let's see her website. And again, it's running off of WordPress. So meaning it's self-hosted, but you have a top layer, which is Semplice. This is far from boring. Let's pick one case. And there is a video, there is an about the project, UX challenges. As you can see, it's something you would expect from a portfolio anyways. And I don't even need to read it. I immediately understand that they know what they're talking about because it's very presentable and very clean. And, you know, things like the process photos, user interaction, how it looks like, always helps. Now, the next one is Portfolio by Adobe. And you might ask, hey, why is there a Portfolio by Adobe, but also Behance? Portfolio starts as mainly photography focused platform, but it doesn't mean that you cannot use it for UX, let's say. Here, pictures are king and it's all about visual representation. Let's say product design here, jermaineBoca.com. As you can see, it's custom domain, but you immediately can see this work and it's very dribble oriented. Let's say it's product design, UI design, UX design, as he says, and illustrations. And it's exactly what I expected. Let's say it's product design. Looks great though. Difference between Adobe Portfolio and Behance is that Behance is all about the network. It's all about community, and this is a standalone. And it's the same with, let's say, Carbonmade or Semplice. Again, it's how you want to use it. Do you want to be part of something big and, you know, give likes, receive likes, be found somehow by people searching for it, which is quite rare? Or do you want to have a standalone, which you have full control over it? The next one is Fabrik, and Fabrik is portfolio website builder, basically. It's more on, you know, creative direction, portfolios, things of that nature. And to me, it was very similar to what, let's say, Adobe Portfolio was, just described before. We focus on photography, on visuals, on graphic design, but it doesn't mean that you cannot use it yourself, because as you can see, it showcases exactly what layouts, let's say, a specific portfolio use. You're gonna see that there is a few different bits included, exactly what it could be, and I'm gonna bore you by repeating myself again and again. You know, if you're not visual designer, motion designer, 3D designer, maybe it's not for you. But in the end, you can experiment and see maybe you want to be part of this specific platform instead. Last but not least, it's Coroflot is another platform, another community. I guess it's a bit of a hybrid between Behance and like a step up where you can, you know, showcase your work, but you can also get hired. Let's say immediately up above, you can see that there is designer jobs, there are pro search. So you're almost using your portfolio in order to get hired for a specific task, let's say. And if we look for a specific designer, let's look for UX designer, let's say. UX research and UX, maybe also user interface, just so it's not too bare. And boom, as you can see, there are all these freelancers, I guess, the best term for it. And if we pick one, let's see, Deepesh, UX UI designer, he does a lot of different bits. And if we pick his app version, it's very similar to what Behance would have. But now, as you can see, it's oriented. Hey, if you wanna, you can actually hire Deepesh. Immediately contacted him. And that's basically what you could achieve with it. And again, if you're a researcher, you could probably display your research themes, personas, user flows, things of that nature. Again, these are 10 different platforms. Again, it doesn't really mean that you need to pick one of these. Maybe PDFs is the best portfolio. I always say to have a face online is really important, especially when you develop your brand, your capability. It becomes so much easier to get a job if a link is public and you have some social clout and people can check you out. And let me know if this video allows you to make a decision to actually pick one of the platforms and proceed with it and create your first portfolio, which is public, let's say. As per usual, if you like this video, give a like, subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends, and until next time.